You've written from personal experience. This book tells a story of you being raped as a younger woman, of you being abused many times, pursued, chased by men, groped by men, abused in multiple different ways, stalked by men. You've chosen to talk about this, and tell us why you've chosen to tell your own story as a kind of prism for telling the broader story.
Well, look, when I was wanting to write The Fictional Woman, I wanted to write about the fictions that we have around women, and including the archetypes that you were just talking about that come from Fallen Eve and are shown in our, in our storytelling in Hollywood cinema and so on. And what I found was that when you're talking about the experience of women and girls, there are fictions that we hold, that things like sexual violence happen to other people, that things like miscarriage happen to other people, that there are toxic silences around a lot of these issues. And because sexual violence is so prevalent, and because I'm someone who wants to be speaking out and becoming, an advocate for some of these issues for women and girls, I really felt that I couldn't, in all good faith, talk about the issues that are relevant for women today without mentioning sexual violence. And I couldn't mention sexual violence without putting my hand up and showing solidarity with other victims of crime. To say I'm one of you. And because it is about 1 in 3 women, there would be people in the audience tonight, there'll be people at home. A lot of children are affected, a lot of men, or a lot of boys are sexually abused as well. And I think there is a toxic silence surrounding this issue, and we need to get much better at talking about it. And one of the reasons is because the silence protects the predators. It also shames the victims, and it also robs us as a community. It robs us of the tools to be able to support people adequately when these things happen to them. So, I've had a very interesting couple of weeks since these revelations have become publicly known. They were on the public record, there was a trial, but they weren't publicly known here in Australia. And I've been really moved by the outpouring of support from people in the last 12 days. So thank you for that. But one thing I do want to mention is that people are calling me brave now. And while I really appreciate that, it's worth mentioning that people do not tell you that when you survive something like this. They don't tell you that at the time. They don't tell you you're brave, you're a role model, you're inspiring. They often tell you to be silent. They tell you it's your fault. They tell you that, that you were asking for it and that you did something wrong. And I want the viewers at home, some of whom might be going through something of this at the moment, that you will get past this. This too will pass. You are brave, you are strong, and you do not need to be silent.